Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will discuss about the assignment 2. So first we will introduce our team. First, my name is Muhammad Ashraf bin Muhammad Isri.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ahmadani bin Fahiza.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Dia Syakir bin Abdul Majid Taha.
Question 1. We are given a matrix equation involving the variables P, Q, and R. To solve this equation, we compare the corresponding elements of the matrices after performing matrix subtraction. As you can see, this the formula for this question 1. Next, step 1. We determine the value of Q from the corresponding element. We obtain the equation Q plus 1 equal 3 minus negative 2. After simplifying, Q plus equals 5. 3 for Q equals 4. Step 2, we find the value of P by comparing the relevant elements. We obtain the equation P plus 1 equals 4 minus 1 minus 3. This simplifies to P plus 1 equals 0. As P equals negative 1. Next, step 3, we solve for R. From the matrix element, we obtain the equation P minus 1 equals R minus 0. Substituting the now values, we get 3 minus 0 equation equals R, so R equals 3. Final in conclusion, the final values of the variable P equals negative 1, Q equals 4, and R equals 3.
So now we move to the question 2. The question is given matrix X equal to 7 and negative 4, and then Y, which is the element if 1 and 2, and then Z equal to element 14, 28, 2m square plus 10m and negative 16. So the question if xy equal to 1 over 2z, show that m has two distinct roots. So before solving the equation, let us look at an example of a quadratic equation. For example, consider the equation x square plus 6x plus 8 equal to 0. We factorize it as x plus 4 multiplied by x plus 2 equal to 0. This gives two values of x, which are negative 4 and x equal to negative 2. Since there are two different values, the equation has two distinct roots. So now we will now use the same idea to solve this equation. So we move to the question. Question. How to solve it? Firstly, step 1. First, we calculate xy by multiplying 7, -4, and 1 and 2. Matrix X contain 7 and -4, and then matrix Y contain 1 and 2. When we multiply them, we obtain a 2 by 2 matrix. 7 multiplied by 1 give 7. 7 multiplied by 2 give 14. And then -4 multiplied by 1 give -4. -4 multiplied by 2 give -8. So, and then we move to the step 2, where we must find 1/2z. So the question give that z equal to 14, 28, 2m square plus 10m and -16. So we must calculate 1/2z, which is 1/2. We put it the bracket 14 and we fill with the z, which is 14, 28, 2m square plus 10m and -16. So when we 1/2 times by 14, we can get the 7. 1/2 plus 28, we will get 14. And then 1/2 times 2m square plus 10m, we can get m square plus 5n. And lastly, 1/2 plus -16, we will get -8. So we move to the equation xy equal to 1/2z. So we change the symbol to the number. Xy, we have the xy equation, which is 7, 40, -4 and -8 equal to 1/2z. So we just calculate it. We change it into the number, which is 7, 14 m square plus 5n and -8. So after that, when we compare it, the two equation, we move to the step 3, which is -4 equal to m square plus 5m, like the step 3. So when we want to get it, the root, we must do the step like the example. So we use the step, we can get that the root is m equal to 1 and m equal to -4.
Okay. Now we move to question 3. In this question, we are given that the inverse of matrix Y written as Y inverse as a 2 by 2 matrix with element 2, -3, 1/2 and -1. We are required to find the transpose of matrix Y, which is Y transpose. This is, for example, transpose of a matrix. Okay, now go the step. Step 1, write the given inverse matrix. The given inverse matrix Y inverse is 2 in the first row, first column, -3 in the first row, second column, 1/2 in the second row, first column, and -1 in the second row, second column. Okay, now go to the step 2. Step 2, find the determinant of Y inverse. To find matrix Y, we first calculate the determinant of Y inverse. The determinant is found by multiplying 2 with -1 and subtracting the product of -3 and 1 over 2. This gives 2 times negative 1 minus negative 3 times 1 over 2. This simplify to negative 2 plus 3 over 2, which equal negative 1 over 2. And then go to the step 3. Step 3, apply the inverse formula. Next, we apply the inverse formula for a 2 by 2 matrix. We swap the diagonal element and change the sign of the off diagonal element. This gives a new matrix with element negative 1, 3, negative 1 over 2 and 2. Then we multiply the entire matrix by negative 2, which is the reciprocal of negative 1 over 2. Okay, now go to the step 4. Step 4, multiply each element by negative 2. Negative 1 multiplied by negative 2 give 2. 3 multiplied by negative 2 give negative 6. Negative 1 over 2 multiplied by negative 2 give 1. 2 multiplied by negative 2 give negative 4. So matrix Y becomes a matrix with elements 2, negative 6, 1 and negative 4. Okay, now go to the step 5. Step 5, find the transpose of Y. To find Y transpose, we interchange the row and column of the matrix Y. The first row becomes the first column and the second row becomes the second column. And then go to the final answer. Therefore, the transpose of matrix Y is a matrix with element 2, 1, negative 6 and negative 4.
Okay, now we move on to question 4. I will explain how to solve a system linear of equation using Cramer's rule. This question, we are required to find values of u, v and w. First, we take a look at the three given equation clearly. We notice that the second equation does not contain the variable v, so we rewrite it by including 0v. This is necessary because Cramer's rule requires all three variables in every equation. Step 1, we're going to find delta 0. First, we form the coefficient matrix using coefficient u, v and w. The coefficient matrix is formed using 4, 2 and 1 in the first row, 3, 0, negative 2 in the second row, 2, negative 1 and 1 in third row. Next, we calculate the determinant of this matrix to find delta 0. Using the determinant formula, we expand along the first row. 4 is multiplied by 0 times 1 minus negative 2 times negative 1. Then minus 2 is multiplied by 3 times 1 minus negative 2 times 2. Finally, 1 is multiplied by 3 times negative 1 minus 0 times 2. After simplifying all the terms and adding them together, the value of delta 0 is negative 25. Okay, we move on to step 2. In step 2, we find delta u by replacing the u column of the coefficient matrix with the constant term of 1, 2 and 3. The determinant of this new matrix is then calculated. We expand the determinant along the first row again. 1 is multiplied by 0 times 1 minus negative 2 times negative 1. Then minus 2 is multiplied by 2 times 1 minus negative 2 times 3. Next, 1 is multiplied by 2 times negative 1 minus 0 times 3. After simplifying adding all of the term, the value of delta U is negative 20. Okay, we move on to step 3. Going to find delta V. We find delta V by replacing the V column of the coefficient matrix with the constant terms of 1, 2, and 3. That's 1, 2, and 3. We then calculate the determinant of this matrix. 4 multiplied by 2 times 1 and minus negative 2 times 3. Then the minus 1 is multiplied by 3 times 1 minus negative 2 times 2. Finally, 1 is multiplied by 3 times 3 minus 2 times 2. After simplifying all the expression, the value of delta V is 30. So next is step 4. We find the delta W. We find delta W by replacing W column of the coefficient matrix with the constant term. We calculate the determinant of the new matrix. 4 is multiplied by 0 times 3 minus 2 times negative 1. Then minus 2 is multiplied by 3 times 3 minus 2 times 2. Finally, 1 is multiplied by 3 times negative 1 minus 0 times 2. After simplifying all of the term, the value of delta W is negative 5. Okay, the final answer, using the Cramer's rule, the value of the variable are obtained by dividing each delta by delta 0. The value of U is negative 25, which simplifies over to 4 over 5. And then the value of V is 30 divided by negative 25, which simplifies to negative 6 over 5. Next is W is negative. The value of W is negative 5 divided by negative 25, which simplifies to 1 over 5.